Hi everybody, it's Marcy, and I'm ready to get to work on my Dear Julie Julie challenge for July, where the idea is to race to finish up as many unfinished journals as you can. I, as a rule, don't have unfinished journals, so I'm going to be making stuff to go with my Christmas, basically making Christmas ephemera to use in Christmas journals. And of course, I did finish my Daisy file folder folio, so I do have a journal, a completed journal, and I have a bound journal. So I've got that out of the way. I used multiple Dear Julie Julie images in it, so I've got that taken care of. But now, as far as the individual elements go, I'm going to be making stuff to get ready for making Christmas journals. And I have this huge stack of Christmas cards that I'm going to be working with for a lot of these items, I think. I need to get them used up out of my stash, and so I thought I would do that. I'm going to start with this card. This is probably the only thing we'll get done today, but I'm just going to try to make some short little videos of what I'm working on, because now that I've got my folio done, next week we're going to be in Florida visiting my mom, and I don't want to leave. I want to try to get some videos done and ready to go before we leave. So, okay, I'm going to take this card. It's got such a beautiful image on it, and I'm going to cut it. I took the back off. Now, the back of these, obviously, I can use these as bases for other things. I've got words, and like on the back here, it's got a tiny image, which might go well on my 14-inch snippet that I'll need to make. So those I'm hanging on to. And I think I'm going to try to cut this. We've got this lamp post here, and I'm going to try to cut I'm not going to worry about whether it's exactly center. Cut that right up that way. Yeah, so you can see one side is a little wider than the other, but that's absolutely fine. And I think because it has the Christmas greetings on there that I would want to keep. But it's a little off center. I think I'm going to take just a tiny bit off this edge. Still won't be entirely centered, but a little better. Okay. So now these cards, they have on the inside front, when you open up the card, they have an image there. So what I'm going to do is I've got some lined paper that I am just going to put on the back of these, since I've now cut my image in half. And I'm just going to use my glue stick because I will be sewing around these. And I'm using the lined paper to help me get the image lined up. So I'll let that dry for a second, and then I'll cut around it. And let's go ahead and glue this one. I'm going to have to grab a wet wipe for my gluey fingers. And I'm trying to get it glued down well, but I'm not worrying a whole lot about it because, like I said, I'll be sewing around it. So I'm not overly concerned. All right. So let's stick the glue book out of the way. Stick the glue stick out of the way. Where are... Let's grab a wet wipe. I don't know why. I always forget to pull out my wet wipes until I need them. Probably because I don't think about it until I need them. All right. So now these are so simple, but it's such a good way to use these cards. And like on this one, I'll end up having 2 pieces of ephemera that both have beautiful wintry Christmassy scenes on them. And can't beat that. And I've noticed this month, of course, I'm behind in getting this part started, but I've noticed Julie's been using a lot of cards this month, which is really kind of what gave me the inspiration to go ahead and do this. I was having a kind of a difficult time figuring out what ephemera pieces to make. And then when she started using the cards, and I thought, oh, I know I have a gazillion Christmas cards, and so why not just kind of, since I'm going to be gone as well, let's see, some of these lined pieces I'm going to hang on to because they can be used for other little things. All right. So now, anyway, so I thought that was a great idea using the cards, and I was having a difficult time deciding what ephemera pieces to use. I'm just going to use my corner rounder. This is my crocodile corner chopper. And I'm going to round the edges of this. And I've got my distress ink. This is Stormy Sky. That I've got pulled out for these kind of bluish, grayish looking. My Stormy Sky is really messy. It's really, really wet. Okay. So that one. And this one. I think the other reason I've been having a hard time figuring out what to do is because we've got our excuse me. Oh, that snuck up. That sneeze snuck up on me. But I think part of the reason I've been having a hard time figuring out what to do for this challenge is because I'm thinking now nonstop about our trip to Florida. Okay, now, what I'd kind of like to do, that's going to be awfully, maybe that one could go that way. Yeah, I like that better. This is just a piece of lace. It's got some beads on it and stuff. I did have to pull some of the beads off because since I will be sewing around it, I don't want to get my sewing machine caught. And then that one has Christmas greetings, so I really don't know that I want to do a whole lot more to that one. That one, let's see if, let me reach over here to this little guy that has a variety of kind of Christmas cutout kind of things. And let's see if I've got something in here that will, I think those are going to be too much. Let's see if I've just got a Surrounded by Love. Like that one, All Hearts Come Home for Christmas. Oh, I don't really want to cover up the... That could work. Just something that simple. Just to give it a little something up there. So I'm going to put a little bit of my Stormy Sky around it again. And we'll glue that down. And these little words, I believe, gosh, I cut these out so long ago, printed and cut the, I believe they're Tsunami Rose, but I can't swear to that. Okay. So then, just use, let's see, let's put the pen back in the art glitter glue. And I'm going to use just a little bit of Fabri-Tac to tack this on. Like that. And then I'll sew around that, and that will be ready to go. And this one, I'm going to put a little bit of Fabri-Tac at the top. Sorry if I'm out of camera. Let's flip that over. Get that a little scooched over to the center. Then I'll sew around that, and I should be able to sew around that without getting the beads, without a problem. And then, I mean, basically I'll have my 3 elements on there. I've got the card as my base, paper, I've got the trim, I've got distressing, I'll have stitching around them, and I've got a little tag there. So yeah, each of them has the 3 elements, and I'm leaving them pretty well that simple. And this is for my, what is it, 11 assorted tags, portrait and landscape. And let me show you real quickly the ones I've already got done. I still have several to make. And all of these are from cards. So we've got that one. And those. And of course, they've already been sewn around. And now I will have these as soon as I get them sewn around. And so I will finish my 11 assorted tags. And then I can check that off the list. So that's it for today, guys. I know it's a short video. Until next time, please be safe, happy crafting, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.